Hey, what's up guys, today I have a gameplay with my custom Airsoft AUG for you. The real steel Styra AUG is developed and built in Austria, the country I'm living in. It became famous through first-person shooters such as Counter-Strike and Modern Warfare 2. It's also featured in multiple movies due to its futuristic design. I had the pleasure to use it in my sniper training at the Austrian military, and that's why I wanted to build my own Airsoft Styra AUG right after I finished my service. The Styra AUG A1 is a great platform, but I did lots of modifications to it to make it work better for me. The barrel is shortened, the standard optic was replaced by a dual optic system, a tactical flashlight is mounted, and I also modified the foregrip to an angled one. But more about all those mods in the end of the video. Now Georgie played with this thing at the urban game area while I was fighting zombies in America, so let's see how he did. For the first round he wants to test the capabilities of the AUG in CQB. Its shot length and high mobility will make it a deadly tool in this environment. For these short engagement distances, the red dot gets the job done. With just a scope, it wouldn't be a good idea to enter the CQB areas, especially because he didn't bring a pistol. You might think it's a German stick grenade. Well, it's not.
Nee, das ist der gebraucht. Shoot!
Versuch das nicht?
Shoot! Boah, bin ich jetzt erschrocken.
Sides have changed and this time Georgie is going for the tunnel system. It's also a great way to test the tactical flashlight which is mounted onto the receiver.
Was war Farbe? Shoot!
Rot,
Shoot!
also bist du blau.
Ja, und tschüss, was auch was.
Okay, was?
Shoot! Du war hier so erschrocken.
Georgie is playing at this field pretty much every single weekend since 3 years. As you can see, he really knows the area. No matter where he goes, he can tell where enemies are hiding most likely and how the typical fire lines are laid out through the field.
Shoot! Ah, Hitler! Mein Arm!
New game started and this is the first time that the dual optic system comes in handy. For the additional distance, the magnification really helps to see where the enemies are going.
What? Mata tu. Hinter dir.
Ja, damit hängen da.
The game lasts only 2 more minutes, so there's really nothing to lose anymore. It's time for the last push. Alright guys, that was the gameplay from Georgie with the AUG. Now, like promised in the video, I'm gonna do with you a quick rundown on how I actually built this custom AUG. It started off a Qinggong AUG A1, so it has usually a long barrel like this. Let's just show it right here in this picture. So long barrel, we have a 90-degree foregrip, and it comes with the standard optic. Now, the base is only 170 euros if I remember correctly. And if you want to get an AUG and you don't have a high budget, this one is definitely the way to go. What I didn't like about it is the long barrel, because you don't really need it. So I cut it literally with a metal grinder and I just put the flash hider back on using a lease. What I also didn't like is the front grip. The front grip of the AUG, the Airsoft one, and the real one, it's super flimsy. It doesn't break off. It actually breaks in Airsoft, but on the real one, it doesn't break. You don't feel very confident when you hold it because it's all over the place. So what I did is I took the front grip, I cut it in the middle, and then I put it on here onto the actual trigger guard, which makes it super ergonomic. I think it's much better than with the normal front grip. And because there's no recoil, you don't have to do like the crisscross the C-clamp or anything like this. What I also did is I cut off your normal optic, because the normal optic, I think it's too small. That's why I took a metal cutter again. I literally just cut off the optic and I screwed on a piece of metal right here. I screwed a rail on there, and Picatinny rail, I can mount anything I want. So on here is a Canis Latran scope. That's the one that they sent me a long time ago. It's quite heavy actually, but it looks really cool. And because it's a scope and on an AUG, red dots are usually the way to go, I made this dual optic system. So for longer engagement, I can use the scope, which is 1 time magnification to 4 times magnification. I usually have it set to 4 because if it's closer, I just use the red dot on top. What I also did to it is I mounted a flashlight. Also here, you can't just do this to a normal AUG. You don't have the rail space. So I literally, drilled holes in there. I put threads in there. I attached this scope mount. It's 25mm scope mount. And then I put this Clarus flashlight in there. Very nice to use. I can, pull the trigger while pushing the button on the flashlight. And I also have a separate button right here for strobe, so I can really confuse the enemy with this one. What I also don't like about the normal AUG is the sling mount, which is usually placed here. But if you have the sling placed here, it's sometimes in the way of the optic and it gets in the way of the charging handle. So I just put a cable tie around here, right under the rail. I attached a normal NOVRITSCH sling to it, and it makes the gun just hang way more natural than with the normal sling attachment. Internally, it's pretty much stock. I didn't really make this gun to perform very well. I just, wanted to mess around with the externals. But still, I dropped an M120 in there, so it shoots 400 FPS. I changed the plastic bushings to steel bushings so I can handle the spring. And then, of course, 11.volt LiPo. So, the trigger response is still not very good, but it's alright. Okay, that's what I did to the AUG. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you think about this AUG? Is it cool? Do you think it's funny that I, glued the front grip on there? Because, that's not how it's done on the real steel version. But yeah, let me know what you think about the AUG. Let me know what you think about how Georgie performed with this on the field. And I see you guys in the comment section and on next Thursday's gameplay.